Yo, okay, so today, got something really nice for you. Before we get into all the sneakers that are releasing this week, the folks over at Armour sent me a very special package that included a note there. And the note says, Jacques, you have always done more than review sneakers. You have documented the culture, preserved the legacy, and opened doors while walking your own path. This pair reflects that same spirit, rooted, intentional, and unapologetically ours. Grateful to share it with you, Armour. So Armour, they reached out to me on Instagram and said they wanted to send me a pair, and they sent me the Jordan 5 in the violet oro colorway, and these are crazy. Let me show you guys. So the box is completely different than what we've seen before. So this is the all white box. I don't even know if that's going to focus. There you go. So the box is all white and it has little Armour logos on there. And this is actually a promo pair. I don't know if I can show you that, who it actually went to, but they sent me a promo pair. And the inside is where this pair gets super crazy. So you see here, they have a really dope logo there on the inside of the box. And then the actual paper says Armour, date June 19th, 2025, as a celebration of Juneteenth. Now, for those of you out there that don't know when Juneteenth is the day that we celebrate as the emancipation and the official end of slavery. Basically, what happened after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, there were people that still used slavery to entrap black people, and it wasn't until the army came to Texas and freed people on June 19th, back in 1865, that everyone was actually freed from slavery. So this pair is highlighting that story, and they are incredible. I'm gonna actually take the shoes out so you can see the paper that they put together here. So look at that. So it says Armour, date June 19, 2025, place Atlanta, Harlem, Houston, Chicago, and London. This collection embodies a commitment to products inspired by the greatest player ever. And then here, it's they have a bunch of different words here. Do good, human rights overall, you see us and we see you. And then here we have, we need access to a higher standard, and we have the right to express ourselves freely. And then more Armour there. And it looks like it repeats that same thing there, but just really, really dope. Sorry, turn that over. There you go. So you guys can see it. And this is all on the paper, which is really, really crazy. Now, because these shoes are all white, they come wrapped up in a lot of paper, which you expect, that way they don't get stained or anything like that. So when you get these, they're gonna come, there's a lot of paper over them to keep them wrapped up. And here is the shoe, and look at that. Oh my goodness. All white leather with the violet ore. There's a little bit of black there. And then on the inside, you have the quilted violet ore as well. Now, you know, if you've been following the sneaker community for any amount of time, you know that Armour always goes above and beyond, and they make sure that their product is luxury. It's premium, everything that they do, and that does not stop with this pair at all. You see, you have the A for Armour there at the bottom, and then you have the Jordan logo. That same thing is reflected on the tongues, except it's reversed. So this one has the A, and this one has the Jordan logo, but it has the A on the bottom, whereas this one has the A, but then it has the Jumpman there on the bottom as well. Now, this leather is definitely premium, very, very nice. You have the stitched Nike Air there on the back, and then you have the 23 right there, repping for, again, the greatest player to ever play the game. Something I really love about these, and I'll do it on this pair here because it's a little easier, is they have this quilted liner. You obviously have the lace stay there, but then on the inside, you have an absolutely beautiful quilted liner. See if the light hits that right. Look at that liner. Just really, really done. And these are the details that make this shoe different from anything else that's out there. You also get custom insoles with these. So you have the custom insoles with the Armour logo on there. And then the actual stitched in Nike Air. That's just fantastic, people. There's no way to say it other than that's absolutely fantastic. And you can see the stitching actually comes all the way through to the bottom there. Now, they've been recently having while you were sleeping on the inside of these, but I don't see it on this pair. Let me see if it's over on this one, if it's on the insole. These don't have the while you were sleeping on the insoles, so you don't have that. But look at the shadow on the 23. Just notice that how the 23 has like a backing to it, so it's that violet orb, but then it has the black there. Now, these have been delayed quite a few times. If you've been looking to pick these up, they've been talked about since like back in November of last year, and it looks like they're finally going to release on July 27th is the latest that I've heard. You have Michael Jordan's signature there on the inside. Just really beautiful shoe. So if you're a fan of the Air Jordan 5, or if you're a fan of the messaging and the story that goes along with these, then this is something that should definitely be on your radar. I don't know how else to explain that this is just a premium pair of Jordan retro sneakers. They do what Jordan brand hasn't done, and that's really level up these sneakers and put them on a pedestal and tell stories with them that you don't usually hear sneaker brands tell. So shout out to the folks over at Armour. They're always crushing it and always going above and beyond and telling stories that need to be told all through the footwear that we wear. Anyway, all right, let's actually hop in to the releases for this week, because there's a lot of stuff that's coming down the pipeline that I think you guys are going to be excited about. First up, Crocs. And I know a lot of people in the comments were like, Crocs aren't sneakers. Well, technically everyone wears Crocs at this point, so let's just stop fighting it. So you have the Marvel Studios Crocs Classic Clog Fantastic Four. This is going to be on the 14th for $80, and this is ahead of the latest MCU drop. The new Crocs is based on the movie version of Marvel's First Family. From the pinstripes to the costumes to Mr. Fantastic's Pedro Pascal-ass mustache on the gibbets, it's the perfect pair to rock for the premiere. If you're cool enough to be invited to the premiere, and if you're watching this and you're cool enough to be invited to the premiere, you know how to reach out to me. Holler at the kid. Anyway, next up, the Atomic Pink Nike KD 18. This is dropping on the 14th for $155. New Balance is going hard on the 1000. So you have it in cream, you have it in dark gray, you have it in light gray, and you have it in light blue. Those are all dropping on the 14th for $150. For you eyeball fans, the Nike Ja 3 eyeball colorway is dropping on July 15th for $135. And when I say eyeball, I meant the Elite Youth Basketball League, not your actual eyeball. The Adidas Climacool Lace, this is dropping on the 15th for $160. I actually showed you guys the laceless version of these a few weeks ago. So we're only a few months into the Climacool's run and we're already getting a laced variant, and I think that's great. Hey, for those of us who run the wide feet game, this one is definitely going to help a lot. You have the Jordan 4 TD Cleat in white cement that's going to be on the 16th for $200. So Jordan brand, they continue to bring the classics to the gridiron, which I think is really cool. I always wonder if the modification to the upper, from the materials to the fit itself, has tempted some sneakerheads to buy the cleats and convert them to regular sneakers. However, a big impediment to this iteration is the use of the Jumpman on the heel instead of the now familiar Nike Air on the retros of the OGs. We have the Nike Total 93 in white, black, and gem red. That's going to be on the 16th for $115. Next up, we've got Adidas dropping an MLS Gazelle pack, highlighting some of the clubs that don't have Lionel Messi. I'm sorry, MLS, but man, the way Adidas pumps up every little Inter Miami kit, their sneaker, the gear drops, because of the Messi connection, you should be happy that they're actually featuring other teams. So you have the Adidas Gazelle Nashville FC, you get the Seattle Sounders FC, you get the San Jose Earthquakes, you get the New England Revolution, and you get the Minnesota United FC, all on July 16th for $110. For you LeBron fans, I love this next sneaker. It's the Nike LeBron 21 Prime 93. This is going to be on the 17th for $210. So LeBron James has been bigging up Coach Deion Sanders for a minute, and this latest homage combines the Nike LeBron 21 with the iconic diamond turf. You can still see the elements of the LeBron 21 shine through, but nah, this one feels like a low-cut version of the diamond turf, and I absolutely love it. Women's, you have the Venita Carter and Nike Air Max Muse. This is going to be in white and cargo khaki on the 17th for $170. So this will be the wider release of the Danish-born stylist Venita Carter's debut collab with Nike. This Air Max Muse is, according to Carter's website, a callback to her Polish upbringing, where she saw garments using the cargo khaki color with a splash of pink. For you golf fan, it's British Open weekend, and Nike Golf has got something for those of us who love the very, very old school vibe of links golf. So you have the Nike Air Zoom Infinity Tour 2, the Open Championship, on the 17th for $200. You also have the Nike Air Max 90 Golf on July 17th for $155, and the Nike Victory Tour 4 on July 17th for $220. It's WNBA All-Star Weekend, so that means Nike is bringing the big hits to the big stage with a trio of signature sneakers. First up, A'ja Wilson's All-Star edition of the A1 with the fiery orange and red gradient pattern mixed with the oyster vibe on the collar, heel, and midsole. Wilson also has a Calm Slide signature edition dropping on the same day. Next is the debut of the Nike Sabrina 3 coming in with a similar color pattern as the A1. And finally, the Nike Kobe 6 Pro Trail in total orange that we have seen on the feet of many stars in the W. So that's the Nike A1 All-Star on the 18th for 125. The Nike Calm Slide A'ja Wilson on the 18th for 55. The Nike Sabrina 3 All-Star on July 18th for 135. And the Nike Kobe 6 Pro Trail WNBA on the 18th for 190. You also get, for the women's Air Jordan 3 Starfish. This is going to be on the 18th for 200. Coincidentally or not, dropping during the WNBA All-Star Weekend, we've got a women's exclusive Air Jordan 3 in sail and Starfish orange that are reminiscent of the W's signature colors. Regardless, it's a lifestyle-centered Air Jordan 3 with a canvas upper with suede elements on the collar and mudguard that I'm sure will see plenty of cool fits from the ladies and probably on tunnel walks for the WNBA All-Star Game. Puma has the All Nitro 2 dropping in the Sham God colorway. That's going to be on the 18th for 140. San Diego-based artist Arts Rec is getting a 2-for collaboration with the Safari-inspired dunks and the Air trainers. They kind of feel like an alternate colorway of the Tinker Hatfield design, and I would reckon that's a compliment if that's the vibe that they were going for. Originally scheduled to drop last week during the July 4th weekend, it got bumped to this weekend for both sneakers. So that's the Arts Rec Nike SB Dunk Low on the 18th and the Arts Rec Nike SB Air Trainer one on July 18th as well. For you Jordan Aqua fans or you Jordan 8 fans, the Aqua is dropping on the 19th for 215. It's the biggest weekends for fan of the Jordan 8, and that might sound a little facetious, but the Aqua 8s are the infrareds or black cements or Chicago's, aka the colorway that people most associate the sneaker with. Back again after a 10-year absence, this release will come in a full family size run. Man, between the Aquas and the Grape 5 Retro just a few weeks ago, it's been a strong run for teal and purple adjacent J's. We have the women's Jordan Trunner LX Black Hat dropping on the 19th for 135. And then for you Donovan Mitchell fans, the Adidas Don issue number 7 Camp is dropping on the 19th for 120. It's a gift to attendees of Donovan Mitchell's Elite Camp. This is the debut of the issue 7 is here, and it's a shot to people who have forgotten about Donovan Mitchell's signature shoe line. Between Dame, Harden, Ant-Man, and Mitchell, Adidas' signature crew, they're nothing to mess with. And speaking of that crew, the Adidas Anthony Edwards 1 Low is dropping in pre-loved lime on the 19th for 110. Now, Taiwanese-based Invincible appear to be fans of the internet as their Gel Nimbus 10.1 collab has been dubbed HTTP 404, a reference to that moment when you seemingly hit a dead end online. The distressed and frayed and busted elements of the two Nimbus colorways are intentional to give a feeling of a hot mess, basically. The green colorway is a retailer exclusive, while the blue will drop at ASICS worldwide. So that's the Invincible ASICS Gel Nimbus 10.1 in green. This is the Invincible exclusive that's going to be on the 19th. And then you have Invincible ASICS Gel Nimbus 10.1 in blue. That's a wider release, and that's going to drop on July 19th. Okay, that's it for this week. I am Jacques Slade. As always, I appreciate you guys. Let me know which one of these sneakers you'll be picking up, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.